Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. So today we are doing a palette bingo, specifically collab palettes, and I saw this from Angelica. She did this quite recently and I got inspired, so I went into my collection. Like, I always knew I had a lot of collab palettes, but I didn't know I had this much. I have 22 collab palettes, so this is kind of a spoiler for the final look. I survived. I used 22 eyeshadows on my eyes today. I did cheat a little because, as you can see, I had to do a dual eye with one look on this eye, another look on this eye, because I just don't have that creative capacity to put 22 shadows into just one look. I had to do like 2 eye looks, so yeah, hopefully you guys don't mind, but I had a lot of fun. It was nice to just play around with makeup. A lot of these palettes I have not played with in a long time, so it was really fun just to dive into my collection. So with that being said, if you guys are interested in this look and sort of just like a look into some of the palettes that I have, because a lot of these are really old. So yeah, that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into the bingo. Okay, I don't know what I'm getting myself into, because seriously, 22 eyeshadows is a lot, and I have my paper here where I'm just gonna swatch everything so I can see all the shades and plan out what I'm gonna do. I'm pretty sure you already saw in the intro that I did a dual eye. Hopefully it looks good. But yeah, I am gonna have to do a dual eye look because 22 eyeshadows is a lot. So I'm going to be doing one look on this eye, one look on this eye, and actually some of the palettes do have blush, bronzer, and highlight. So if we get lucky, I'm going to take my chance and I'm going to put those on my cheeks. That's why I don't have anything on. I only have my foundation and my brows on. So if we get lucky, we can minimize the eyeshadows on the eyes, but we're gonna have to do a dual eye, like I just know it. So we have 22 palettes to get through. I'm really excited. I was so excited to go through my collection and take out all these palettes because a lot of these are discontinued. I would say like 90% of them are discontinued, but a lot of these are from some of my favorite YouTubers, and it kind of takes me back down memory lane. So yeah, let's start off with the Gila palette with Oden's Eye and Angelica, because this video was inspired by her and I believe her palette just restocked as well. Such a gorgeous palette, like obsessed. And I'm just using the Google random number generator. Okay, let's generate 7. Okay, I really want mattes. Like, I'm hoping for mattes, but the 7th shade is Venom, this metallic green. Okay, this Venom shade is beautiful. It is beautiful, but I really do want mattes. Like, if we get all shimmers, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Speaking of Angelica, we have her Club Nebula palette with Kaleidos, another really beautiful palette that I love. This is what it looks like on the inside. Honestly, I didn't get that much time to play with this, so this would be a good opportunity for me to use 15 shades. 13. Okay, 13th shade is called Samus. It's a really nice peachy orange. It's a matte. It's a good transition. It complements that green as well. Of course, next, my own collab palette, which is now discontinued, but still my baby. So if you guys don't know, this was my collab palette with Oden's Eye, and there are 12 shades. I mean, my palette has a lot of mattes, so I'm hoping we get the mattes. Let's see. Sorry, I already pressed generate without showing you guys, but it says 11. I don't even know if you can see my phone. I don't even know why I'm showing you. 11 is Aurora, which is the dark plum purple, which is good. I can use this for eyeliner. And then onto Giant Wolves. This is in collaboration with Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner, part of the legendary Diversa collection. She's also got 12 shadows, so let's generate 4. 4 is Annihilation, which is just a matte black. I got my eyeliner shade. Thank you, Annette. Thank you so much. Let's hop into Tina's palette from the Fancy Face, the Hummingbird. I kind of don't want to get the green because we have that from Angelica's palette. So she's got a lot of shimmers, so I think we're going to get a lot of shimmers. If we get a matte, then I think I'm lucky. 9. 9 is Hummingbird, which is a beautiful shade, but like it's purple. It is really pretty. It's a really nice duochrome. Now going into my BH Cosmetics palettes, I have this one from Tina Young, and this is her Run Wild. So this palette actually has a bronzer, blush, and highlight. So I am going to try my luck. I want the bronzer because the other palettes don't have bronzer. That's what I'm wanting. 18 shades. Okay, we got 10. Okay, we got the eyeshadows. That's okay. Okay, we got another purple here. This one is called Regan. It's a brighter purple from the Hummingbird one. So next palette is CARLI BYBEL's palette. It's the Deluxe palette. This one also has highlighters as well. Let's do 21. 21. Can I get a highlighter, please? Okay, 21. We got 6. Okay, we got eyeshadows again. Clearly, they just want me to stick to eyeshadows. So number 6 is this one, light champagne here, which would be good for in a corner. Okay, not bad. And the next palette is the Lunar New Year palette from last year. This was done in collaboration with Shishi Yang, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to include this palette because I'm not sure if Shishi's like a celebrity or like an influencer, but I was like, it's okay. I want to use this palette, so we have the Lunar New Year one, and this one also has 21 shades. I personally don't want the glitter. We have 8. Okay, so 2, 4, 6. I said I didn't want glitter, and I got the glitter. I got this yellow. You guys know I love glitter, but these glitters in here, I don't know, they look really like, they look really intense. Now onto my ABH palettes. I also have the CARLI BYBEL one as well. This is what it looks like inside. Super pretty, quite neutral. 14, let's generate, and we have 6. So 2, 4, 6 is this one. OA, like a deeper kind of purple. I think we're gonna do a purple eye, guys. Like, I think that's just calling me. And then I also have the Jackie AINA times ABH palette. Love this one. And we also have 14 beautiful shades in here as well. Also quite a few mattes in here. So here we go, 14. We got 8. Why am I getting 6 and 8 all the time? But the 8th shadow, 2, 4, 6, is this one called Zam. Zam, which is a nice bronzy shade. Okay, that's not bad. I'm kind of liking what we're having right now. Like, I feel like we don't have too many crazy colors. And then onto Morphe, we have this one with Pony Constellation Sky. Such a beautiful one. This one's a big kahuna. This one has a lot of shades and also has a lot of highlighters. This one does have a bronzer, so if we could get the bronzer, that would be lovely. How many shades are in here? 39. We can get a good number, I think. 10. Why are the numbers so low? Okay, 10. The 10th shade, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, the 10th shade is called Time, which is another bronzy color. Yeah, okay, I'm kind of saying that we're gonna do a purple eye and a bronzy eye. Now onto ColourPop. Pony also did a collab with them. This is the Candy Button palette. This one does have a lot of glitters. I think that purple glitter would be really nice since I think we're gonna do a purple look. So 9 shades, and let's generate 2. Okay. Okay, we got Sweet Capacity, which is a nice peachy color. This one here is Through My Eyes in collaboration with I Love Seta. I'm gonna leave all the YouTubers down below. Even though these palettes are all discontinued, I'll still leave it down below. And also I have done reviews on these as well if you guys are curious. But this one has 16 shades. For a moment, I was obsessed with this palette. Like this Mesmerized shade, like that pan. Loved it. 16 shades, 3. I told you guys I love Mesmerized, and that's literally the shade we got. We got number 3. Then we have Makeup Shayla's first palette, Perception. I also really love this one for a moment as well. Get any high numbers? I feel like we keep getting low numbers. Okay, 11. Okay, 11th shade is called Sassy, which is pretty dark. And then we have her second collab palette with ColourPop. This is Proceed with Caution. This is what it looks like inside. It is a 9 pan, kind of like Bumblebee vibes. 9 shadows. We got 2. Okay. 2 is Maintenance, which is a nice red. Then we have Royal Beauty Christie with At First Sight. Such an amazing palette as well. This one has a lot of mattes. So yeah, I think we can get a matte from this. I'm hoping for the purples because, you know, we're gonna do a purple eye, so. We got 5. We got a metallic. So the 5th shade is Evergreen. And then we have Kathleen's first palette collab with ColourPop. You guys know that she did so many palettes. I have all 3, but this was the first one, Dream Street. Iconic. I absolutely love these shades and I would love to get the rose gold. I'm hoping we don't get the blues, but we'll see. Okay, this one's 12 shades as well. Let's generate 12. I feel like whatever I say, I'm gonna get, because I literally said I don't want the blues and I literally got the blue. So this one here is called Mermaid Boy, this metallic teal. Her next palette was the Zodiac. I remember I did 4 looks for this. It was so fun. 12 shades. Let's generate 7. 7, 2, 4, 6. Okay. We got a neutral, guys. We have the Libra, which I love Libras. Harry is a Libra. And then lastly, we have her So Jaded palette, which has a lot of color stories. Like, it could go any way, really. It really could. 20. Wow. The 20th shade is this one, this orange one called Carnelian. Okay, so we are down to the last 3 palettes, and this next one was my first ever collab palette. It was a time when like collab palettes really wasn't a thing, and this one is with Soothing Sister times Mimi Boss. Soothing Sister is Stephanie Villa, and if you guys like have been subscribed to her, you know who the OG sisters are. Like the OG sisters fandom, that was us. Soothing Sister, Whaley, we were the OG sisters. But this is her collab palette. It's just a quad. It's super old. I think this goes back to like 2014, but yeah, it was my first one ever, first collab palette I've ever got. So we have 4 shades. I mean, I'm happy with any of them really. So 4 shades, let's see what we'll get. 1, which is just the lightest, more neutral transition here. And the last 2 palettes are from Dose of Colors. It's their collaboration with Desi and Katie. I got both collections. So this one was the first one. It's just a quad full of shimmers. I would like 1 because it's just like a nice topper, but these do work really great as toppers. 2. Okay, we got the bronzier shade, which is called Suze, and they named this all after their dogs. And then this one, the Francation palette, which was like their full-size palette, round 2. Let's end it off with a bang, guys. Let's, oh, sorry, I pressed it. It was 6. So the 6th shade, oh, okay. The 6th shade here is this red metallic, which I think is called Game Over. I think I got quite lucky. I think because all the palettes I do have, they're quite neutral. Like, I don't think I was gonna get anything too hard anyway, because really like the only pop of color is Angelica's palette, which is the bright neon green, but everything is quite like neutral almost. So my original plan when we're selecting the shades, I said that we're gonna do a purple eye and an orange eye, and I kind of went with that. And I also, on my little like paper, I wrote whether the shade was a matte or shimmer, and I took the mattes. We do have more shimmers than mattes, so I really based the looks off the mattes. That's just how my brain works. I am just a matte girl. So let's just get started. And like usually when I do my looks, I do one eye off camera and then I can film it on my other eye for you guys, and I know exactly what I'm doing. But this time around, like, I only have 2 eyes, I'm doing 2 looks, so it's like I need to just think as we go. But I'm starting off with my eye primer. This one is from Ace Beauty. It's their eyeshadow amplifying eye base. I have mine in the shade Light, and I just like to take a little bit of this, and I'll do this eye first. So this will be the orange eye. You know, start off with what I know, which is warm tones. So first we'll be taking Sweet Capacity, which is from the Candy Button palette, and I'm going to wash this all over my lids. I'm also going to take that on my lower lash line as well, just for the base color. Now going into Club Nebula, taking Samus, taking that on a fluffier brush, and I'm just going to use that at the outer edge just to diffuse that pink out even more, and also it kind of matches with that pink. Now going into the So Jaded, taking the shade Carnelian, and I'm gonna work that at the outer corners of my eyes here. I'm also going to take a bit of that onto my lower lash line as well, again just for a base color. Now going into Proceed with Caution, this is the shade Maintenance, and again just at the outer corner, but I'm going to focus it a little bit lower. Also again just at my lower lash line just for a base color. So now is when all of the metallics are going to come in, and I'm going to be using a lot of metallics. You do not need to do this, okay? Like, it is just way too metallics, but I need to use them somehow. So I'm going to go into this shade called Game Over from the Springcation palette. So I'm going to use that shade first, and I'm going to apply it right at this outer corner point here next to that dark outer corner. I'm going to take Suze from the other Desi X Katie collab palette, and I'm going to run this one on my lower lash line right here just for a bit of glimmer. Then going into the Jackie Aina palette, taking Zam. I'm going to apply this more to the center on my lower lash line. And then onto the Pony palette, taking Time. I'm going to apply this to the lids just over here. Now going into Through My Eyes, taking Mesmerize. This is one of my favorite shades ever. Like, love the shadow. I used to wear the shadow all the time to work. I'm going to place that right on top of Time, that Pony palette. This is just going to like give it more oranginess, add more of those little sparkly glitters that I love. Raw Beauty Christie, taking Evergreen. This is going to be this highlight here on my lower lash line. And I'm going to take it into my inner corners as well, just a little bit. And that is going to be, wow, this mixed with the gold is so pretty. I love that. And we're taking Venom, the bright neon green, literally like the only bright color we got. And we are going to place that right on top of Evergreen, just to enhance, but not overtake, you know what I mean? And then actually for the final color for this look, I'm going to be taking that glitter from the Lunar New Year palette from Shishi Yang and BH Cosmetics. I'm running out of brushes. I'm just going to take a little bit. I've actually never used the glitters in this palette before, so I don't know how they really work. They look quite pigmented, but I'm going to just take a little, and we're just going to dab that right in this inner corner. Alright, my other eye is primed, so let's hop right into it. I'm taking my Mimi Box Time Soothing Sister palette, taking this shade here. I did just quickly wash my brushes with my Oden's Eye brush cleaner, so if you are seeing I'm using the same brush, they are pretty much clean. This is just going to be the base color, so I'm just going to run that all over my lid. And to my surprise, the shadow is still going quite good. Considering how old this is, like 2014. Wow. Then I'm taking the Libra from the Zodiac palette with Kathleen Lights. Gonna run that into my crease this time just to reinforce a little bit more color. This one's a little bit more pink, but they really do blend well into each other. And then I'm going to run this shade as my base color all over my lower lash. Going into my little baby, Red Dragon, taking Aurora. I'm going to use this at the outer corners here. Since I don't really have a mid-tone for this eye look, I'm just going to take a little bit of this and like slowly build it up. I am going to take Aurora on my lower lash line just over here. This color. I'm just going to take a little bit of Annihilation from Giant Wolves. I'm probably going to use this to smudge out my wing that I'm going to do off camera later, but just know I'm using this now. I'm going to focus it along my lash line here and diffuse that upwards. Now I'm going to take Hummingbird from the Hummingbird palette, and we are going to apply this right here next to that darker outer corner. Going into Tina's palette, the Run Wild, taking Regan, this beautiful True Purple. I'm gonna place that right next to Hummingbird. Okay, I'm actually gonna take that all over my lid, almost into my inner corner just a little bit. I should have placed this one down as a base and then used more of the sparkle metallics. I'm gonna go into the CARLI Bible OA and I'm just gonna tap this all over the lid because again, this one is kind of like Hummingbird where it has more like glitter reflex rather than it being like a full metallic. So I'm just gonna place that all over my lid. Now into Dream Street, taking Mermaid Boy. Actually, I'm just gonna go back in with Aurora from my palette and I'm just gonna run this a little bit all over my lower lash a little bit more. And then going into Mermaid Boy, I'm gonna focus this just along here. Perception palette, taking Sassy, and I'm gonna just kind of put this in the inner third. It kind of looks like Mermaid Boy. I'm just taking the Tina Young shade and just slightly adding a little bit more purple just to make it a little bit more cohesive. And now actually onto the last shade. I was gonna use this as a highlighter, but I think I need it for my inner corner so it works out. This is the CARLI Bible BH palette and we are just gonna use that to highlight this inner corner and it's perfect. I think everything came together, guys. Alright you guys, so this is the final look using 22 different collab eyeshadow palettes on my eyes. Which side do you guys like better? Do you like the warmer eye or more the cool tone purple eye? I personally do like both, but as you guys know, I am more biased to warm tone, so I do prefer this eye. And actually this eye, it kind of reminds me of my collab palette, Red Dragon. I feel like you could easily recreate this look with my palette. I mean, I had so much fun filming today's video. It was just nice to dive into my collection and just play with some palettes, get a little bit creative, and just do something a little bit different. So I'd love to know what you guys think down below in the comments, and if you did enjoy today's video, if you could give the video a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it so much. All the influencers I mentioned in today's video, I will leave them down below if you want to check them out. All of these creators I love and obviously support because I got all of their palettes. But thank you guys so much for watching as always. I love you so much and I'll go ahead and see you guys in my next video. Bye!